Hey everybody, it's Mattie with Mattie TV.
And it's Uncle David from B-Hop Nation TV.
We're coming to you today with a devastating video, guys. So, here in the DMV, we had an incident to occur with a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. It was a carjacking, and the 13-year-old and 15-year-old, they carjacked the Uber Eats guy. He was 65, 66 years old. His name was Mohammed. They tasered him, and the scene was horrific. Did you want to get a little more into it?
Yeah, the guy he went to now in this area they have a lot of carjacking. So he is near the Washington Nationals baseball stadium, and so he went doing his usual thing, picking up food and to deliver. And the young ladies, after the police had talked to them, one of them said that they had gotten on the train and they went down there with the full intent of carjacking somebody. They had a little taser with them and everything, so they knew what they were doing and they were prepared. I was listening to another story where they have said that there have been like over 200 and some juveniles that have been arrested for these carjackings and attempted carjackings. So what happened in this instance was, I guess the gentleman came out, the young ladies tased him, somehow they managed to commandeer the car, they got in the car, and he was fighting with them to, get out the car. Well, there was another young lady, she's in there and she's like, just go, or something to that effect. And they pushed the gas and they put it in drive and they took off. Now, the guy is hanging off the car, where he's in between the front door, the driver's door, and the passenger seat. So they take off down the street. Now we do have video footage that we'll show in a few minutes.
And we hope that you use your own discretion in watching it. And also, you guys, I wanted to also let you guys know the girls were charged with felony murder and armed carjacking. One of the girls was from D.C. and the other girl was from Fort Washington, Maryland. And ANWAR, which is Mohammed, he immigrated from Pakistan in 2014. They also have a GoFundMe channel that's out there, so y'all can look it up if y'all, wish to do so. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I'm going to show the video, and then on the other side, we're gonna start a discussion again. So here's the video. Wow, that was every time I see it disturbs me, and I don't know what's more disturbing, the fact that they got these people with these cameras and everybody's just standing around and they're saying they're trying to steal the car, but the whole time they have the camera up, or we call the police. Now I get it, you don't want to get involved, but you're just standing there and
No, I disagree with you on that, and I apologize for cutting you off again. They weren't just standing there. It was not much that they could do. However, once the car flipped over, I did see some military guys or some guys in some camouflage uniforms grab the girls as they were trying to run.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm talking about before they drove off. But be that as it may, and then it came up, well, why didn't he just give up the car?
And that's where my question was, and I spoke with my husband. We had a whole conversation, because when I tell you that it bothered me deeply, it really did bother me. In fact, I showed it to my 16-year-old grandson, so that he could just see what's going on out here. Yeah, he's innocent life. Now, this is another thing I mentioned to my husband as well. When you have an automobile, and I tell my sons, I tell both my boys this as well as my daughter, and this reverts back to when my kids were younger, and my son was wearing a Eddie Bauer coat, and they were walking, and two guys ran up on him and my daughter. They made both of them lay flat down. My daughter was so petrified that she urinated on herself. As my son, he's a fighter, so he ain't giving his coat up. But what I try to tell them is, let the coat go. You can get another coat. You can get another life. And the same thing with Mr. Muhammad. Let the car go. Let the girls have the car. You know, insurance is going to pay for you another car.
Well, I thought about that, and all that is true, but I think what happens in the moment, your first instinct is to protect your belongings, or probably his thought process is, this is how I feed my family. This is how I make my living. This is how I survive. Because given the current situation, you know, money's funny for a lot of people.
It's funny for a lot of people, but it ain't funny. I mean, because it's a cruel, you know, a lot of times people say that this is a sad world we live in. It's not the world that's sad, it's the people that are sad. And we gotta, you know, unite, you know, we just gotta all come together. Like, 2 young girls now got to spend probably, first of all, it's just sad. It's sad.
Yeah, I mean, my point is that is the first instinct. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but that is his first instinct, was to protect his way of living and his way of life, because he has to feed his family.
Let me give you all another example, and I'm sorry, baby, one more time. My husband got robbed about a year ago. 2 dudes walked up to my husband and made him give him all the money. My husband had one of 2 choices. I got to take my wife back her change out of this $100 bill, or I can let these guys, I can fight with these guys and lose my life. Which would I rather have? Would I rather have my change for my 100, or would I rather have my husband? I wanted my husband. So I'm thankful to God that my husband didn't resist. He gave him the money, because that could have turned different. So my point I'm making is, Mr. Muhammad should have just, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but he should have just let, it is too late to even speak on it now, but I wish he had to just let the girls have the car. At 13 and 15, number one, you don't have a driver's license, and obviously they didn't know what they were doing. They flipped the car, you know. Just let them have the car. Let them have the car, and as I said, you can get another car. You can get another one.
Well, as they say, hindsight is 20/20, but that was just his first initial reaction. And when you're in the moment, sometimes you really don't think. You know, you like the girls, they didn't think that, hey, you know what, maybe we really shouldn't do this. This guy's hanging onto the car, but yet they're flying down the street.
At any rate, y'all, we're going to cut this video short, but check the video out, y'all. Leave a comment below and let us know what y'all think. If you're new to my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Become new family with me. We're fun at this channel. Peace and love to each and every one of you. Bye.
Peace.